Hey guys, it's Stephen here, back with some news that I didn't really want to have to talk about on transfer deadline. Sadly, we have Leroy Sane news, but it's not good news. He's damaged, according to Manchester City, the anterior cruciate ligament in his right knee. It's been confirmed, so we're going to discuss that a little bit today and how it could affect this season. It isn't good, is it? Let's be honest. But I want to say before I go too far that this channel is sponsored by the wonderful people over at Univet for the transfer window. So I've only got a couple more videos left with them, so go and check out the link in the description below. Go and read some of the great blogs. You don't have to go and gamble if you don't want to. Just read some of the excellent pieces about the transfer deadline day and all that kind of stuff. It's in the link in the description below. Go and click that now and do this channel a massive favour. But today, the news that we've all been fearing, it hasn't sadly just been the German press making this up. A lot of people was a bit suspicious that this guy came from the likes of Kicker and Bill and all that kind of stuff, saying it's probably them just trying to use it as a way to get, some money off a transfer or something like that. It looks like it is true. It's definitely true. Now, no one really knows the full extent of this yet. He's going to have a surgery in the coming week. City don't know how long, obviously, it'll take for him to recover yet. We don't really fully know. It's been a little bit vague in terms of whether it's a rupture or a tear, all that kind of stuff. All we know is this is a bad injury. Some people say between 4 and 6 months. Some people say between 6 and 9 months. But I don't think we actually fully know this. All we know is that this is a bit of a sickener. Now, in my own kind of way, I feel a bit more gutted this way than I do actually the transfer. If it's a transfer, he's gone, he's gone. We get our money, he goes, whatever, fair enough. But now we've got a player who probably might have wanted to go. We don't really know. It's never been confirmed. If he did want to go, the rumours are maybe, but I feel like he wasn't against the idea of staying necessarily. And he started that game so well the weekend, and now he's out. And I'm a bit gutted for him personally. I guess it must be a weird thing to do because he's obviously going to be worrying now whether he's going to be back to full fitness, if he ever be as sharp as he can again. This is the kind of injury that can genuinely affect your career. If we kept him, it would have been great. And he hadn't got injured, fine, we would have used him. If we'd sold him, he would have gone on. Now we've got this kind of middle ground of nothing. That's the thing that makes it very difficult. We've got this we haven't got him. And we have got him, but we haven't got him. It's like, we didn't get the money and he's injured as well. Now, I'm being very selfish there from my perspective, and I agree, but it's just a bit of a sickener because it's kind of just like, we've got the negatives on both sides. We've got the negatives. We've got no money and no player from this. Hopefully, this is a good chance for Manchester City to show how much Leroy Sane means to him. Now, I think Laporte and Gundogan both really allegedly appreciate that Manchester City kept their interest in those players despite them having serious injuries. Gundogan in particular was really as appreciative of how Guardiola and City kept to their word and signed him despite his injuries and then stuck by him despite his injuries. And obviously Mendy's been stuck by so far with his injuries as well. And I think this is a good chance for City to send a message that despite everything that they're going through at the moment, Leroy Sane, that we will stand by you and contract offer is still on the table and we will help your recovery and we will help you become the player that we want you to be still, and don't worry, your career at Manchester City is not over if you still want to stay here. We could really use this as a chance to show some faith in this player and support him and give him the treatment that he deserves as a player. And I never doubt that we wouldn't do that in the first place, but you know what I mean by that. You can really send a message that this club will look after you when you're injured, in the way that he even gave Mangala an extension when he was injured, just to make sure he wasn't kind of thrown out into the abyss. And I think this is a good chance to do that because I've been genuinely embarrassed on behalf of Bayern Munich of how they dealt with their transfer stuff over the summer. They've been a club that lacks in grace, a club that lacks in any form of kind of dignity in general. They've just dealt this whole thing disgustingly. They've been really classless. They've been really just messy and niggly and petty and childish. Absolute dicks, if we're being honest, in the way they've dealt with this whole thing. And now we can show Leroy what a real club does in terms of how we look after our own. So we don't know yet if it's a rupture or less serious, whatever, but it's going to be, he's out. He's out. Maybe he'll be back towards the end of the season. We don't really know. It's a weird one. All I know is now the squad is a little bit basically weakened this weekend. We haven't got anyone on the left side now other than Raheem Sterling. Maybe we'll see Phil Foden get some game time out wide. He did kind of play a little bit left in pre-season. Maybe this is a chance for someone like Adrian Bernardi to get some game time out wide if Sterling goes over there and Mahrez and Bernardo do elsewhere. This is just a quick interjection which I totally forgot to mention. In terms of options, I guess we could see Angelino uses a left winger. He can play further far forward. He hasn't got that same skill to beat people the way Sane has. But if we go to wing backs now, it could be that Sane might struggle to get some game time through the middle anyway. Maybe Gabriel Jesus could play out wide if necessary. Maybe we'll see much more of a 3-5-2 with Gabriel Jesus and Sergio Aguero there. And maybe we'll just change our system entirely. If Mendy comes back as well, this could be an absolute godsend because we don't lose that crossing ability on that side. So there are still options. It's not ideal, but there are still some options there in terms of Mendy, Angelino, maybe Gabriel Jesus. Maybe we'll just go full on with the wing backs. We obviously got Foden. Maybe you could do that. Maybe Adrian Bernabeu, I just mentioned before. There are plenty of options there. Back to the video. Usually through adversity comes opportunity, and I'm hoping that this is a chance now for someone else to step up and make a name for themselves. This absolutely categorically damages our squad and our chances of winning trophies next season. People who are pretending that Leroy Sane isn't that important are absolute idiots, to be honest. Even though he wasn't involved as much, the amount of times he came on last season and just changed the game for us or got a winner or used his pace on a counter-attack, he's a fantastically gifted, incredible member of the squad. I've always felt he was going to stay. Looks like he's staying now for very different reasons. I had a feeling he might have stayed anyway, even without this injury, because I don't think Bayern would have paid the 137 that we want, 137 million. But now he's probably definitely going to stay. I can't see Bayern coming in for him. In terms of his long-term future now, it's kind of a bit weird because he might not have the player all season. They might just lose him on, for a significantly less money next summer because people aren't going to want to pay loads of money for a player that's just got back from an ACL for obvious reasons because it's such a game-changing injury potentially. We don't even know if his pace or his turning will be as the same when he comes back. Fingers crossed it is. But this is a big blow for the player. It's a big blow for Manchester City. So we're going for Bayern. It's a blow for everyone. There's no one that comes out of this with any positive natures. That's all I can say, unfortunately. That's it. It isn't good news. Let me know in the comments what you make of it. I'm genuinely gutted for Leroy. I'm gutted for the club. It's just a horrible end to this horrible saga. Like, no one wins out of this. It's just a messy, minging end. Fingers crossed that it's only a 4 to 6 months kind of thing and he can get back at the business end of the season and be the difference maker when, like, what is it, August? So all of August, September, October, November, December, January. Hopefully he can be better around February, hopefully. And then he's got a couple of months to be really useful, be the one that can push us towards Champions League, something like that. Who knows, fingers crossed. For now, though, I'm going to do a couple more videos today, so don't worry. Go check out the one about Scott Carson earlier. We got our man, Scott Carson. Yay! The one that we've all been waiting for. I'm not going to do a reaction video about Scott Carson because I covered it all this morning's video. I'm probably going to do a video about Pedro Porro, the guy we signed. It's not been announced officially, but I know we have signed him. And maybe I'll do a transfer target review in general. Sorry, like a transfer window review at the end of the night, just to see where the loans have gone and all that kind of stuff. For now, though, go watch the video from today. Go watch the Joao. I'm going to get this right. Joao Cancelo, something like that. Go and watch that. Oh, here's a quick thing actually for you. Today I did some filming for Sky Sports. This is a true story. And I was with Gary Neville and Jerry Carragher and a bunch of other fans. Neville was saying that he used to manage Cancelo when he was at Valencia. And he said he was fantastic. He said he can't defend, which we probably all know, but absolutely brilliant. He was one that he thought would go very far. Dead professional, dead determined. Nice little tidbit for you there anyway. For now, guys, I'll see you in another video in a bit. Subscribe as well if you're new.